Hello bankers, welcome to Officers Adda 24/7. This is Aarti and I hope your preparation for upcoming CAIIB exams has been started. If not yet, then do take the advantage of these sessions and along with that you can enroll in our revision batches also. Chaliye. So let's start today's session, but if you are new to this particular channel, do subscribe to this channel. Along with this, share with your all friends and colleagues and like this session because today we are going to continue our ABFM 3000 plus YT series. Chaliye. So the first question is, it is possible to delegate decision-making power to individuals at lower levels? If yes, then this is known as what? Option A, staffing, B, centralization, C, decentralization, D, none of the preceding options. Tell me. If in your organization, if you can delegate your power from the superior authority to the lower authority, if it is possible. So as per our ABFM, what we call that thing? So if we talk about staffing, staffing means appointing the right person to the right place. So that is not the option, correct? If we see the centralization, it means when there is a power authority within a single person. So as per the definition, that is also not true. If we see the possibility to delegate the decision-making powers to your individuals at lower levels, means your top level management is trying to delegate their powers to their subordinates, correct? If this is the situation, then this is your decentralization. If power authority belongs to the top level management only, then that is your centralization. And appointing the right person to the right place is what? Staffing. So as per this, your correct answer is what? Decentralization. Okay? Chaliye, let's see the next question. Which of the following approaches to growth patterns in companies involve a transition from a high growth phase to a stable growth phase? A, stable growth assumption, B, two-stage growth model, C, three-stage or end-stage model, or D, all of the above. In this, they are asking about the transition period also. Please read the question properly and tell me which is the right answer. In this, they are asking about the correct approach in which in the initial period you see a growth pattern, correct? But in companies, after that growth pattern from a transition, they see a higher growth phase to a stable growth phase. So during the initial time, they see a very higher growth phase, from a higher growth phase to a stable growth phase they are talking about. So which is the correct option? A, stable growth assumption, B, two-stage growth model, C, three-stage or end-stage model, D, all of the above. So if we talk about one by one, so in case of stable growth assumption, there is no change. You can say there is a constant type of a growth. Okay? Always the same rate of growth will be applicable. So as per this stable growth, there is no high growth in an initial time or in stability. Thereafter, there is no such case. Constant growth is present in that. You can say constant growth. Correct. If we talk about the second, two-stage growth model, under this what happens? In this, you have in initially a very sharp growth rate, high growth rate. After that, you see a stability or you can say a constant growth you see. So as per the question, what they are saying, high growth rate during initial time period and after that you find a stable growth rate. Suppose in this you are seeing 3% growth each year, but after a few years you are going to see only 2% growth. So that is what your two-stage growth model. Under three-stage or end-stage growth model, we have 3 time periods. Okay, in the initial time period, you have very sharp growth rate. Then after that, you have somewhat growth rate, but after a few years, you have the stability in your growth rate. This is very sharp one. Then after that, you are growing, but not at a very sharp rate. After third phase, if you see, there is a constant growth rate that we have seen in the first one. That is what three-stage or end-stage model. Okay, so as per the definition, now can you tell me which is the right answer? Your right answer is B1, two-stage growth model, because in that they are not talking about only the constant growth. Correct. So your A is not the correct option. If we see the third one, 3-stage or N-stage model, as in 3-stage, we have 3 phases. Sharp one, then growing phase, and then constant phase. But as per the question, they want high growth rate phase to a stable growth rate phase. That is your B1. So the correct option is your 2-stage growth model. Now, let's see the next question. Which of the following factors plays a role in determining the rate at which a company's competitive advantage erodes over time? A. Competitive edge of the company's products. B. Management competence. C. Entry barriers. D. All of the above. In this question, they are asking about the factors. What type of factors? Factors because of which your company's competitive advantage erodes means decline over time. What are the reasons? That we need to find out as per these options. Whether it is competitive edge only, whether it is management competence, whether entry barriers, or D, all of the above. So before finding the correct answer, let me tell you what is the meaning of each of the options. Okay. If we talk about the first option, that is competitive edge. That means some advantages like strong brand name. Like we talk about Apple, they have very strong brand name. Correct? They have very good, best goodwill of that product. When we talk about Apple, Tesla, so they are holding a very smart brand name. That is what they are saying. Competitive edge you can create, tend to sustain growth longer, while others like first mover take advantage may diminish faster. So that is what competitive edge. You can create your USP. Okay, unique selling factor you can create of your product, or you have a very niche kind of a product. That is what competitive edge means. Now, if we see the second options, that is management competence. Now, what is the meaning of management competence? Means effective management can slow the decline of competitive advantage by exploring new markets and strategies, but cannot prevent its erosion entirely. In this, what is happening? Mainly focused on your management side. So as per the saying that if you are having a very effective management, okay, so you can see a very slow decline in your competitive advantage by exploring new markets and strategies, because now your managements are very active. They are finding new strategies, they are finding new innovative products, because if you want to survive in this market now, you need to furnish yourself from time to time. Like if we take the example of Nokia, why they are not top players of the market? Because their management were not ready to accept the new technology, because of which they are not the top level players now. So totally it's not about your product, it's not about your management. There are so many factors because of which you create your product survival in the market. So the second part is your management competence. So second is management competence. Now third is what? Entry barriers. Financial or technological obstacles for new competitors slow down the erosions of the company's market advantage. Like if we talk about when Jio launched their product, okay, though Jio were totally new in telecommunication market, there were lots of players like Airtel, Vodafone. There were so many players at that time. But what smart planning they did, they introduced their product at a free of cost, because of which small players are removed from the market. After that, now they are holding such a base in the market that even if you want to launch any product now, you cannot launch anything in telecommunication side, because now Jio, Airtel, they all are holding a very smart base. They increase their product prices, or they introduce something new, because of which new players are not at all thinking of entering into that market. That is how you can prevent your competitive edge in any particular market. Like if we talk about Pepsi and Coca-Cola, they are doing the same thing. Either they will reduce the price, because as a new player, you want profit for survival, and they are having a very best customer base. because of which they can survive even if they earn a very little profit. But as a new competitor, we require lots and lots of profit for the survival. So they take the advantage of these things. So these are the 3 points because of which you can save your company's competitive edge. So as per this, your all answer are correct. Option A, competitive edge of the company's product, like USP, brand name, your goodwill, company's goodwill, all these things. Second, management competence, how your management performs, how they are introducing new things. Are they ready to adopt the new thing or not? So that is your second thing. Entry barriers, how smartly you are playing if some new players are entering into the market. What are these steps you are taking? Are you lowering your profit or are you lowering your price of the product? So all these things affects your competitive advantage of any company. So as per this, option D is your right answer. Okay. Now in exam, it is not, you can say that only as options they are going to ask. They can frame a case study also based on this. So remember, not only the words or sentences you need to remember, you need to understand what is the theory behind that. If they ask you as per MCQ, you can solve it easily. But if they are framing in a case study form, now you are ready because you know what each of the option means. Chaliye. Now let's see the next question. A takeover is considered friendly when A, the shareholders agree to the takeover. B, the current management agrees to be acquired. C, the acquirer purchases shares on the open market. D, the company is taken over by force. Which option is correct in case of takeover? So when we are saying that this takeover is a friendly takeover, there are 4 options in this. Only you need to opt any one. So if we evaluate one by one, let's see. If you see the D1, the company is taken over by force. Friendly or force, both are opposite thing. So as per this, you can say this is not the correct option. Friendly nature or forcefully you are acquiring, both are opposite thing. Correct? So this is not at all your correct option. Now let's see the C1. The acquirer purchases shares on the open market. So it means what is happening in this? You are directly purchasing from the market. You are not involving any management in that. So that is also not the correct option. Now if we see the first one, the shareholders agree to the takeover. Okay, but if we talk about the takeover is considered friendly, in this managements are involved. As you know, when we talk about the merger, we have 2 parties. Okay, one is your acquired party and one is your purchasing party. The party who will be purchasing the other company. So we have 2 parties, one target company and one is your acquirer company. So in this, both the managements are happy of this acquisition of this takeover. So as per the friendly takeover, the current management agrees to be acquired. That is what friendly takeover. So the correct option of this question is your option B. Next, which of the following is the formula for the constant growth model, or you can say Gordon growth model? Option A, P not equal to D1 divided by R minus G. B, P not equal to D naught plus R minus G. C, P not equal to D1 plus G divided by R. Or D, P not equal to D1 into R minus G. Tell me, which is the correct formula for calculating the price? You know, P0 means your current price. Your current price. So how you can calculate? This question is based on your formula. So for calculating your P naught, how you can calculate? You need to use D1. D1 is what? Dividend of next year. Okay. You take dividend of next year and then you divide it by R minus G. R is what? R is your rate, interest rate, in which you need to subtract the G. G means what? Growth rate. This is your growth. So for calculating your current price of the any product, what you are going to do? You are going to take the D1 of the next year dividing by R minus G. You are taking the interest rate for the calculations, but in that you need to remove the growth, whatever included in that rate. So as per this, your correct answer is your option A. Correct formula is option A. Now, match the following items of the following to list and suggest the correct code. List 1 is your formula side. List 2 is your types of leverage. So if we see the option A in list 1, contribution divided by EBIT. Second, EBIT divided by earning before tax. C, contribution divided by EBT. If we see the next slide, list 2, first is your financial leverage. Second is your combined leverage. Third is your operating leverage. Tell me, you need to do the match the following in this. One side is your formula side, one side is your type of leverage. Okay, so when we talk about the operating leverage, how we calculate contribution divided by EBIT. So the first is your third one. Okay. Now if we talk about B and C. So if we talk about the financial leverage, under the financial leverage, what things we include? Under the financial leverage, we include the EBIT divided by earning before tax. So your correct answer of second is your first. Okay. And for the combined leverage, how you calculate? You multiply operating leverage with the financial leverage. So as per this, your correct option is which one? For the option C, your correct answer is second. So this is your correct answer. Okay, for calculating the combined leverage, how you calculate? EBIT divided by EBT. That is earning before taxes. So this is your correct answer. And remember, this question is your questions without answer. Means in this you need to type the correct answer. Now, next question. Which of the following options correctly outlines the steps involved in performing a sensitivity analysis for a project? A. Identify factors impacting NPV or IRR. Conduct analysis on variable changes and excess risk factors. B. Develop understanding of variable relationships. Identify impact factors and apply changes to excess financial outcomes. Third, identify factors impacting NPV, IRR, understand connections between variables and analyze how variable changes affect NPV and IRR. D. Conduct analysis on project profitability, identify external risk factors and evaluate potential financial impacts. So as per this, which is your correct option? Which steps are used for sensitivity analysis? You need to identify from these 4 options. Which option talks about correct step of your sensitivity analysis for a project? Okay, so before finding the correct option, let me tell you steps involved in sensitivity analysis. What are these steps that need to be taken in order to perform a sensitivity analysis? Are as follows. Number 1, you need to identify the factors that have impact on the NPV or IRR of the project. You need to find the factors. What are the different factors that are impacting your NPV and IRR? This is the first step. Second is developing a mathematical understanding of the connections between the different variables. Firstly, you need to identify the factors. Next, you need to make the connections between the different variables. What you need to do? You need to make the connections between different variables. After that, conducting an analysis to determine how the changes in each of the variable will affect the net present value. After that, finally, what we need to do? We need to conduct an analysis that how we can determine the changes in each of the variables will affect the net present value or internal rate of return. This is your IRR of the project. These are the 3 steps you need to take care. First is what? You need to identify. Second, you need to make the connections. Third, you need to make a conducting analysis. You need to determine how the changes are affecting each of the factors. So as per this, which option is your correct? Identify factors impacting NPV, conducting analysis on variables, and then conducting analysis. But in this, they are not talking about the second part. They are not making any connections. So this is not your correct option. develop understanding of variable relationships, identify impact factors, apply changes to access financial outcomes. Directly, they are developing understanding of variable. First, we need to identify the thing. So this is your not correct option. If you see the third one, identify factors impacting NPV IRR. First, we need to do. Then understand connections between variables. Yes. After that, we need to do the analysis of variables affecting NPV. So as per this, your correct option is C1. D, conduct analysis on project profitability, identify external factors and evaluate potential financial impacts. No, this is not the correct one. So as per this, your C is your right answer. So these type of questions they are going to ask in your ABFM, and remember, ABFM is quite tough if you see the 5 papers of CAIIB. And as you know, from 24 we are going to see our CAIIB exams. So if you want to prepare for upcoming exam, then we have already launched your revision batches. So how you can enroll in that? You need to use your Google Chrome at the 24/7. If you open this, this is your home page in which all courses you need to click. JAIIB and CAIIB. Remember to click CAIIB November 2024. Okay, so this is your case studies and power pack revision batches. This one is your bilingual. This one is specifically English one. So if you want to take the last advantage of this classes, do enroll in this, because last revision is all about your success. Remember this point. So in this we are providing you online live classes, test series also, and e-books also. And remember, we are never going to clash with your office timing. That is the best part of this batches. So enroll in this batches fast, because we are going to start from 15th November. In this, we are not going to cover only the theory part. Along with that, we are going to cover your case studies also. Because CAIIB is all about your case studies. Difficulty level, if you see compared to JAIIB, it is quite difficult. So how you can click on buy now. And as you can see right now, we are providing only 75% off. But you can increase this by using the code Y895. As soon as you apply this, you can see you are going to get 77% off. And if you purchase the same batch from our Adda 24/7 app, you are going to get 1% additional off. So do remember to enroll in these batches if you want to clear in your first attempt. The more you revise, the higher probability of clearing your CAIIB will be there. All the very best. In case you have any doubt, you can ask through our comments also if you have any difficulty in purchasing this. So we have already provided the helpline number in this. You can use that number also. Sorry. So with this, let's wind up this session. Thank you for watching, and do like this session. Subscribe to our channel, because we are going to